Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having an awesome week. Today's video is going to be a whiskey review.
Okay.
Today, I'm really excited to do a whiskey review on Larceny Small Batch Kentucky Bourbon. This is, what do I know? I actually don't know much about this. I was walking through the store the other day. The label caught my eye and I picked it up thinking I haven't done one of these reviews in a while. I bought this for $26. I looked up, I did a little bit of research, and that's pretty much the price range that you'll find it. I saw in some states it was lower 20s, some it was more closer to 30, but that mid-20 range is really where you're going to find this. The last whiskey we tried, they prided themselves in being the most rye anyone ever does, and these guys are kind of doing the same thing with wheat, which will make a really smooth whiskey. I think their second grain, instead of being rye like a normal bourbon, is wheat. I think they claim that they use a third more wheat in the malt process than their competitors, which I'm assuming is everyone else. But this is a 92 proof whiskey, so that's going to be about 46% alcohol. Little bit higher than your average run-of-the-mill whiskey, but nothing crazy. It's not a moonshine or anything like that. So let's open this up. The foil off. It's not just the best noise on the planet. Wow, that smells very sweet. Not like sugary sweet, but it's hard. There's things that I'm gonna refer to and things that I'm gonna say with whiskey where that's sweet or that's tastes like caramel, and I don't want to confuse anyone or lead anyone down a road where they're gonna end up buying something they hate. It doesn't taste like the caramel candy or the sweet like sugar that you're normally would say that those are. This is it's a characteristic of the whiskey, and the more you drink it, the more you'll understand what I'm saying. We got the bottle open. Time for a sip. It's almost, I mean, the last review I did and what I've been drinking a lot since that review is a rye, which is really strong and punches you in the mouth, punches you in the nose with all that flavor and that aroma. So this is, it's not like odorless, but it's very mild. Before I get into this bottle and try it, I want to remind everyone, if you haven't seen the last videos, that I grade this on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and there are 5 categories for a total of 50 points. You do the math and you get a 1 out of 10. The categories are bottle, shape, whatnot, how cool the glass looks. Category number 2 is label. How cool is the label? Is the artwork really cool? Then you have your taste, which is pretty self-explanatory. Your nose, how good it smells, how enticing that aroma is, and then the smoothness, the aftertaste, how it really sits on your palate. Like I said, all those are 1 out of 10. Add them up, and then we go. For this, before I actually drink some of it, I want to go over the bottle and the label. Like I said, the label is exactly what, it's the only reason I bought the product. I've never had this whiskey before, so the label's gonna get a 9. I really love this label. I love when people do, you can see right here, you got a peephole, keyhole right here with the key in the back. You can see right here, maybe the light is not gonna help me. Oh, you can see right there, bunch of keys in the back. I love when companies do that with the artwork on their bottle. Give you a kind of a little glimpse that they're not just slapping labels on there. They care how their bottle looks. The bottle itself, I've seen this shape before. It is cool. It's not ugly, but it's not my favorite. I'm gonna give this a 7, which is a good grade. If if you look at it, I mean, 10 is perfect, so it's not far from perfect. The nose. Like I said earlier, this is kind of it's lackluster. There's nothing amazing about the nose. If I just had to go by the nose and there was a lineup of whiskeys and the only one I could try is the one that smelled the best, it wouldn't be this one. It doesn't smell bad, but there's no oomph. So I'm going to give the nose a 5. For right now, those are the 3 I can do before sipping. Now is the moment we've all been waiting for. Cheers. And yeah, let's enjoy. Okay, it's good. Pretty sure I mentioned that the smoothness that I think that they're gonna create with all that wheat forward in the mash is gonna be a little mellow, and I'm thinking that's why the 92 proof, they up the alcohol content to kind of give you that oomph that you're looking for in the, not lack of flavor, but the lack of complex flavors that I think you get when you're putting rye into the mash. It's a really strong, peppery, flavorful grain, and when you take that out, you lose a lot of that flavor. And I was completely correct. The alcohol comes through really strong, but it's not hot. But when I say hot, I mean overly boozy. It's not like moonshine or jungle juice from back when you were in high school, but it's boozy and it hits you, and that's where you get a lot of its flavor from. It takes this mellow sweet notes from that wheat forward and it elevates them. So you have that smoothness, but it also uses that oomph of the alcohol to kind of bring it in and make this a good mixer drink, I would say. This would make an awesome Manhattan. Taste number 2. When you try liquor, it's really any liquor, but whiskey in general, if it's something that you don't like, try it twice. That first sip, even for anyone that drinks whiskey, that first sip is not the credible sip. That's not what it actually tastes like, because you've been eating or you've been drinking other fluids and whatnot. The flavor profile is so shocking to your palate that you're not truly able to enjoy it. So don't try a sip, go, I hate this, and never try it again. Go in for that second sip. If you hate it then you can write it off. Never try it again if you don't want to. But go for that second sip. That's the biggest advice I can give to anyone who wants to get into enjoying spirits. Or really, I mean, you can do that for beer. You could do that for food. You could do that with anything in life. Don't write something off after just one try. Give it the benefit of the doubt and go for that second try. After the second sip, this is way smoother. That alcohol content that I was talking about is totally gone. It's nice and mellow. I wouldn't want this to be the last whiskey I ever tried, but it is really good. I'm gonna give the taste one more sip. So we got a 7 for the taste. For the smoothness, it does hang around for a little bit, which I enjoy. I'm gonna give this a 7 as well for the smoothness. I wouldn't say this is a whiskey to give to someone who doesn't drink whiskey or to buy if you're just getting into it, but I would say this is a really good whiskey for someone that's going from the crappy low quality whiskey and they want to start developing their palate and they want to start buying nicer whiskeys. It's not that expensive, $26. I would say this is a solid entry-level whiskey for someone who is really developing an appreciation for the spirit. Anything that I've mentioned down below will be found on their website, and I'll provide a link down in the description. It's a really cool website. The photos on it are really nice. They've won some awards. They talk about that. As with any website, they're gonna offer you some information on the product. They're gonna give you a couple of drinks, a couple of recipes that they think that are fitting for their product. Really cool. They tell you their story, a little about the distillery, how to get in touch with them, basic website stuff. So if you want to go and check that out, the link is right down in the description. Click on that. Go talk to them. Tell them I sent you. it's weird. The flavor profile you get out of this doesn't really reflect in the nose. It's such a mild, like, you kind of get a little bit of toffee, but it's so mild. If you were to put this under my nose while I was blindfolded, I don't think I would be able to like, definitively say that, hey, that's whiskey and I want some of it. It would, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe we should do a video of me blindfolded just smelling things. See how good my nose actually is. Alright guys, as you can see, the glass is empty and the results are in. I just did the numbers and this got a 35 out of 50, which translates to about a 7 out of 10. Which is pretty much where I expected this to be. It's not bad. If you see it, definitely pick it up. Don't let any negative stuff that I said about it sway you from trying it. That goes for really anything. As long as you don't watch someone get physically ill from trying a product, go ahead and buy it. Formulate your own opinion on something. This isn't my favorite, but that doesn't mean it's not good. I'm gonna finish the bottle. It's not perfect. And none of these are really going to be perfect, so we'll just put it that way. So I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you see this bottle on the shelves, go ahead and pick it up. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought. I hope you guys have an awesome week. As always, I will see you next Monday. Don't forget to subscribe and have a great week.